History glorifies the samurai, but it studies the shinobi with caution. Because where the samurai relied on visible strength, the shinobi relied on invisible advantage. In the rugged mountains of Iga province and the hidden terrain of Kōka, warriors developed systems based not on honor duels, but on survival, disruption, and decisive control. Over time, certain applications of these systems were restricted or heavily controlled, not because they were mystical, but because they were brutally efficient. What you are about to hear are not fantasy assassination tricks. These are real combat principles that, when misunderstood or misused, can cause extreme harm. That effectiveness is what made them feared. Number 1. The rear naked choke. Known across modern grappling arts and frequently seen in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, this technique works by compressing the carotid arteries rather than crushing the windpipe. The science is simple. Reduce blood flow to the brain, and consciousness fades quickly. What makes it deadly in the wrong hands is how little strength it requires when applied with correct positioning. Shadow operatives valued control over chaos. Instead of trading blows, they sought immediate dominance of the neck because whoever controls the neck controls consciousness. Number 2. Kuzushi, the art of breaking balance. Formally structured in modern judo at the Kodokan, Kuzushi is the foundation of all throws. Before you throw someone, you break their balance. Before you strike, you destabilize. Balance is the root of power. When a person's center of gravity shifts outside their base, their ability to generate force collapses. Shinobi training emphasized subtle pulls, angles, and directional pressure that created vulnerability before the opponent even realized they were compromised. Number 3. Low-line attacks to destroy mobility. Modern mixed martial arts has demonstrated how calf kicks and low shin attacks can neutralize even elite fighters. The leg is a structural pillar. Compromise it, and the entire system weakens. Shadow operatives did not waste energy aiming for dramatic knockouts. They targeted what allowed pursuit, mobility. When movement disappears, so does threat. Number 4. Close-range elbow mechanics. In confined spaces like narrow corridors or small rooms, long-range punches are inefficient. Elbows require minimal chambering and generate sharp force in tight arcs. The power comes from rotation of the torso and proximity. In shadow operations, encounters rarely occurred in open battlefields. They occurred indoors. Elbows were built for that environment. Number 5. Clinch domination. The clinch is the bridge between striking and grappling. Control the head and arm position, and you collapse posture. Collapse posture, and strikes weaken. In modern combat sports, whoever wins the clinch dictates tempo. For Shinobi, the clinch was not about prolonged wrestling. It was about immediate control followed by decisive action. Number 6. Joint manipulation and leverage locks. Wrist, elbow, and shoulder locks work by exploiting the body's natural mechanical limits. Joints are designed to move in specific directions. Apply force outside that range, and pain compliance happens instantly. In structured martial systems, this is taught carefully. In uncontrolled scenarios, it can cause serious injury. The shadow philosophy valued leverage over strength because leverage is efficient. Number 7. Sweep and reap takedowns. Removing someone's base through a leg reap or timed sweep can drop them onto hard ground without warning. Gravity becomes your ally. The key is timing, entering when weight distribution is already compromised. Shinobi doctrine emphasized using the opponent's own momentum against them. Number 8. Blindside positioning. Human vision is strongest directly forward and weakest along peripheral arcs. Reaction speed drops when stimuli appear outside dominant sight lines. By stepping off the central line and entering from an angle, a fighter reduces defensive response. This is neurology, not mythology. It is why angular footwork is foundational in boxing and karate. Number 9. Grip control dominance. Hands are connectors. Whoever controls the wrist, sleeve, or forearm often dictates the next movement. Wrestlers and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners understand that grip fighting determines outcomes before takedowns even begin. Historical shinobi trained grip endurance because contact control meant outcome control. Number 10. Breath cycle timing. Breath affects muscular tension. During exhalation, the body relaxes slightly. During inhalation, the core stabilizes. Skilled fighters learn to read breathing patterns. Engaging during moments of structural relaxation amplifies effectiveness. This is subtle, but powerful. Number 11. Environmental leverage and terrain control. Today, fighters use cage control. In feudal Japan, architecture served that role. Narrow passages limit movement. Walls restrict angles. Using surroundings to reduce options is not flashy, but it is strategic dominance. Number 12. Tactical breathing under stress. Modern military units teach controlled breathing to reduce heart rate and maintain cognitive clarity. When adrenaline spikes, fine motor skills decline. Controlled breathing stabilizes the nervous system. Calm operators make precise decisions. Panicked ones make fatal mistakes. Number 13. Foot trapping and stance restriction. Limiting an opponent's ability to pivot restricts hip rotation. Hip rotation is the engine of powerful strikes. Remove that engine and force output drops dramatically. Small positional changes can create massive mechanical disadvantage. Number 14. Positional compression holds. Certain torso or neck holds, when improperly applied, can restrict airflow or blood flow rapidly. That is why combat sports regulate them strictly. The principle is not brute squeezing, it is structural alignment. Proper positioning magnifies effect without excessive force. Number 15. Rapid disengagement doctrine. The most misunderstood shadow principle was this: win and leave. Survival outweighed dominance. After destabilizing a threat, immediate disengagement reduced risk of escalation. Ego was considered weakness. Efficiency was strength. Now understand the deeper layer. None of these principles are supernatural. They are rooted in biomechanics, physics, and psychology. What made them forbidden in historical contexts was not magic. It was imbalance. When a small, highly trained individual could dismantle a larger aggressor quickly, traditional power structures felt threatened. The myth of instant kill ninja arts exaggerates reality. The real lethality of shadow systems came from precision, preparation, and restraint. Balance before force, position before power, control before chaos. And that is why the shinobi were feared, not because they were loud, but because they were exact.